A Nashville resident is convinced human feces spilled into her yard from a neighboring construction project sometime when sewer lines got installed. Yet, she says she can't get anyone to help. She's concerned it could be a biohazard. In Fox 17 News Investigates tonight, I'm working to get her some answers and reassurance. Vanessa Hiller is concerned what she has in this bag could make somebody sick.
There's poopers in there, I'm sure of it.
You heard right. Poopers. Feces. Excrement.
It smells like sewage.
Whatever you want to call it.
This has been here a long time and it's full of human waste.
She documented herself collecting samples in May at her South Nashville rental. She says her side yard is a biohazard.
We're going to get soil of all types. The feces is in this area right here.
What did it smell like?
It smelled like human poop.
Hiller is convinced sewage leaked between her duplex and the new development next door.
They started back there and they dug the trench through all the way through here where you're standing. And then, for about the first week after, I could smell the feces in the air. Smell it coming through my window. You see my window is right here. And I contacted everybody I could. I called code enforcement. I called the Environmental Protection Agency. I went to the health department.
And I did too.
Hi, this is Stacy Case with Fox 17 News.
Because now the trench is filled in, the ground is leveled, and grass seed is planted. District 17 Councilman Colby Sledge also responded to her concerns.
Usually on efforts like this, you will have multiple departments kind of checking things out if the council member requests it. So that's why both Metro Water and Codes were aware of issues and were kind of doing their individual work on it.
Because you requested that.
Correct. Yeah, it's not out of the realm of possibility that something happened there. It's just going to require a little bit further research on my part and on Metro Water's part, and we'll try to see if there's anything else there.
Though Metro Codes and Water tell me they responded to the call to investigate, Hiller says she doesn't feel any resolution. Metro Water tells me it inspected the complaint on May 17, 2021, and determined that it was a private issue. Metro Water Services does not inspect private sewer lines or do private sampling. I asked Metro Health if it should test Miss Hiller's sample to make sure the soil isn't contaminated in case kids and pets play in it. Metro Health tells me in part a sample would not require testing because the health department would not have enforcement power on this matter. The health department directed me to property standards at Codes, where I found 2 Codes complaints.
Well, it was piled up like high up here. So I went to open the door and it wouldn't open. So I went to get the rake and raked it back, and that's when the smell really hit me again. And it was all mixed with human excrement.
And that's when Hiller first called for help, but that was about a month after she'd first smelled it. Rachel Albright with Metro Codes.
With this incident, I believe that there had been a repair to or some sort of coverage of the line where there may have been a break and where sewage may have been coming from. And in that instance as well, we are unable to validate it because we don't have any sort of testing capabilities to confirm what kind of specimen was coming through.
So you're saying by the time your department got out there, the lines looked fine?
Correct.
She has a bag of a sample. Would that be something your department would want to look at?
Unfortunately, Codes does not have the capabilities, the testing capabilities to do anything like that. So once again, that's why the timeliness is so key here.
Though the EPA confirms people can get microorganisms, viruses, and worms from raw sewage, the silver lining, Metro Health's Environment Health Bureau confirms once the sewage dries up, any viruses and bacteria will die. Hiller sums up her potential sewage saga this way.
I think they need to be held accountable. I think they need to be held accountable.
Well, I did talk to the contractor who has passed inspections and denies any spill, and we're not naming the company since a sewage leak can't be confirmed any longer. With all of our development in Nashville, broken lines are inevitable, so if you see or smell anything funny, call the Codes hotline on your screen or visit Hub Nashville to file a complaint. I have a link for you with this report at fox17.com.